Yo, what's up YouTube? It's MrSunSun, and I'm back with another video. Back outside getting nature, back outside getting the sun. Every day above ground is a beautiful day. Every day above ground is an amazing day. So take advantage of every minute, take advantage of every hour, take advantage of every second. Let's get straight into today's video. All right, YouTube, I'm back with another video. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Stay tuned for the whole vid. Let's get it. Today's video is 5 tips for a stronger mind. So make sure y'all stay tuned for the whole vid. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let's get it. All right, y'all, starting with the first tip. The first tip for a stronger mindset is positive thinking. Yes, positive thinking. Think positive thoughts. Think of the future. Think of bright thoughts. Think of yourself in a bright light. Stop thinking negatively. Stop thinking negative about yourself. Stop thinking negative about other people. When you think negative about yourself, you bring that energy to you and you attract negativity in your life. When you think negative about other people, you bring that energy to you and you attract that energy in your life. So think positive thoughts. If you want to be able to go somewhere and have positive thoughts throughout the whole day, you have to train your mindset that way. You have to condition yourself that way, thinking positively every day, even if you got to force it. Force a smile sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Think of joy, the energy of joy. Think of joy, have joyful thoughts. Train yourself to think positively because we've been trained to think negatively throughout our whole life. We've been conditioned to have a negative mindset. Like if you're a 2000 baby, we grew up on drill music, we grew up on pornography, the worst things that can ruin your mind. We grew up on that because we grew up in that type of world. Okay, now that we are older, we have control over that. We have control over what we watch. We have control over what we entertain. So if you're thinking negatively, most likely you're watching negative content. Most likely you're entertaining negativity. So in order to change that, think positively, man. So have a positive mindset. It's not easy because we've been trained to think negatively throughout our whole life. So now we have to train ourselves to think positively. It might take years. It might take a couple years. You know, it's an everyday thing for me. You know, thinking positively, having a positive mindset, knowing that everything's gonna be all right, knowing that everything's gonna be okay. That's a challenge for me every day. But as I get older, as I get stronger, I get wiser and I get better, you know? So it takes time and it takes practice, just like everything else. So the same way you can do push-ups to get stronger physically, you have to think positively to get stronger mentally, all right? There's strength in all ways. There is strength in all ways. So that is the first tip for a stronger mind is positive thinking. So the second tip for a stronger mind is meditation. You can meditate in many ways. You can meditate in many forms. One form of meditation is closing your eyes and breathing. That is mindfulness meditation. When you close your eyes, you observe your thoughts. When you close your eyes, you can put a picture to your thoughts because now you're focusing on your thoughts, okay? So if you want to still mind, you want to channel your thoughts, meditation is amazing for that. Close your eyes and do box breathing. I told y'all what box breathing was in the previous video. Box breathing is inhaling for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, then you exhale. That is box breathing. So when you combine box breathing with meditation, you can control your thoughts better. You can see where your thoughts are coming from. And you can question your thoughts. Like, where are these thoughts coming from? Is this coming from my higher self? Is this coming from my lower self? Why am I feeling this way? You know, this is mindfulness. This is that one-on-one time with yourself. This is one-on-one time, guys. This is a personal time. And everybody needs a personal time every now and then, just so you can build that bond with yourself. So meditation is amazing. I recommend meditation to everybody. I meditate every day. That is how I start my day. You know what I'm saying? I just meditate for about 5 minutes. You don't need 20-minute meditation, 30-minute meditation. You just need 5 minutes of conscious breathing and closing your eyes. You know what I'm saying? I recommend it to everybody out there. Try it for yourself. That is the second tip for a stronger mind, meditation. And you know, meditation is sitting with yourself. So it's good to sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, you know, be comfortable with your thoughts. This is you. Be comfortable with yourself. A lot of people can't even meditate for 5 minutes without their phone because they're not comfortable with their self. They're not comfortable with their own thoughts. They're like, yo, these thoughts gonna drive me crazy. So they pick up the phone to distract them so they can think of another thought. You know what I'm saying? But put the phone down. Sit down with yourself. Sit down with your thoughts. Where are these thoughts coming from? Why do I feel this way? Am I supposed to feel this way? These questions need answers. And you only get the answer by tapping in with yourself through meditation. Let's get it. So the third tip for a stronger mind is morals and principles. Morals and principles, that is like having structure, having a certain code, living by a certain code. When you live by certain codes, you build discipline. You live by something. You know what I'm saying? You have structure, you're trustable. I can't trust nobody who doesn't live by morals and principles, because that means you don't stand on something. If you don't stand on something, you'll fall for anything. You can't be around me if you have no morals and principles. So morals and principles gives you structure. Morals and principles give you discipline. It keeps you in check. You know what I'm saying? You know you ain't gonna go this far. You know you ain't gonna do this because it's not righteous. You know you ain't gonna do this because it go against your codes. You know what I'm saying? So it keeps you balanced. Morals and principles keep you balanced. It keeps you balanced spiritually and it keeps you balanced mentally. So you gotta have morals and principles. You gotta live by something. You gotta have a code. Even gangs in the streets, they have certain codes, or they used to. Back in the day, they had codes they lived by. No kids get hit. No women get hit. You don't rob elders. You don't rob kids. These were codes gangs had back in the 80s and 90s. We don't have that no more. That's why the street's crazy now. So morals and principles is important because it keeps you in check. It keeps you in balance, spiritually and mentally. We all need morals and principles so we stay in line. If you run an organization, if you're running a civilization, there has to be rules everybody has to follow so everything runs smoothly. If there's no rules, you get chaos. But when you have rules, you have balance, you have order, you have structure, then the civilization can thrive. Everybody follow their rules. We have a peaceful village. So morals and principles is important for a stronger mind. So your mind stays in balance. You have to have certain things that you don't do. Especially when you get older. Certain things you can't do no more. Because you're growing as a person. So keep on growing. Keep on going up. The sky's the limit. Let's get it. So the fourth tip for a stronger mind is exercising consistently. When you exercise consistently, you just make your body happy and you make your spirit happy. You feel good when you exercise. So exercising is good discipline as well. It gives you discipline to say, I'm gonna exercise every day and be consistent and not give up. That takes discipline. That takes consistency. And that makes you a better person. You know what I'm saying? So me personally, I exercise every day, Monday to Monday. But Monday through Friday, I do calisthenics. So that's when I do my muscle ups, I do my pull-ups, my dips, my push-ups. But the weekends only, I just do cardio. So weekends only, I do cardio. I take a break from the calisthenics, but I still work out every day. I still keep my body healthy. I'm still being consistent. I'm still being disciplined. So that makes my mind stronger. You know what I'm saying? Because this goes back to morals and principles. One of my morals and principles is working out every day. And that makes me happy because I'm sticking to it. And I never gave up. Exercising consistently is amazing for making your mind stronger, especially when you're doing new exercises and you push yourself to the limit. For example, when I was learning how to do muscle ups, it was a challenge for me at first. I was young when I did my first muscle up. I was 18, still skinny. You know, I'm not as strong as I am now at 20. So at 18, it was a challenge for me, but it was a challenge I accepted. It was a task that I wanted to do. I said, if I can do this muscle up, I'm gonna be a lot stronger, you know, and I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to do a muscle up. I knew it was gonna make me stronger. I knew it was the next level. I wanted to reach the next level of calisthenics, the muscle up. And after the muscle up, there's a lot more. You know what I'm saying? You got the front lever, you got when people twist on the bar. Calisthenics is beautiful. There's so many things you can learn, so many new levels you can reach. So shout out to the calisthenics brothers out there and sisters. Shout out to y'all. Keep being great. So yeah, I wanted to reach that new level. So when you work out consistently, you're gonna reach new levels of working out. Now, let's say for example, your first month of working out, you was doing 20 minutes of cardio. Now your second month of working out, you're doing 30 minutes of cardio. So you're slowly progressing. You're slowly getting better. You're slowly reaching new heights. When you work out consistently, you get better. Then you do new exercises. Then working out becomes a habit. Then working out becomes fun. Next thing you know, you're working out every day. Just make it a new habit. Do it consistently. See how you feel afterwards. So that's the 4th tip for a stronger mind. Let's get it. The 5th tip for a stronger mind is to be an observer of your thoughts. Be an observer of your thoughts. So don't internalize your thoughts. What I mean by that, don't take your thoughts personal. If a negative thought comes your way, just process it. Observe it. Don't internalize it. Don't say, why am I thinking this way? What's wrong with me? That's internalizing your thoughts. Instead of be like, okay, I see that thought over there. I'm not gonna internalize it. Moving on to the next thought. Okay, I don't like this thought. Moving on to the next thought. Don't internalize your thoughts. Let your thoughts flow. Just let your thoughts flow. Be in the flow state. Don't internalize your thoughts. Don't get stuck on one thought for too long. Let your thoughts flow. You get good thoughts, you get bad thoughts, you get confusing thoughts, but these are just thoughts. They pass through like clouds. They come and go. So don't internalize them. Don't take your thoughts personal. Don't say, what is wrong with me? Let your thoughts flow. You get good thoughts, you get bad thoughts, but they're just thoughts. You get creative thoughts. It's all about what you're entertaining. You entertain positivity, you get more positive thoughts. You entertain negativity, you get more negative thoughts. What are you entertaining? What are you watching? How do you spend your free time? You know what I'm saying? These matter. These things matter, y'all. And these things make up your thoughts. Your habits make up your thoughts. Your habits can make you or break you. Okay? So be an observer of your thoughts. You're the God in your mind. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really be on that frequency, guys. That is the 5th tip for a stronger mind. Be an observer of your thoughts, but don't internalize your thoughts. Let's get it. All right, YouTube. Those are 5 tips for a stronger mind. Tip number 1, positive thinking. Think positively, even if you gotta force it, even if you gotta force a smile. Think positive thoughts, it goes a long way. Let's get it. Tip number 2 is meditation. More one-on-one time with yourself. Tip number 3, morals and principles. You gotta have codes you live by. You gotta have structure. You gotta have discipline. These things get you far in life, having morals and principles. You have to stand for something or you fall for anything. Tip number 4, exercising consistently. Working out every day makes your mind stronger, makes your body stronger, makes your courage stronger, makes your discipline stronger. Work out consistently for a stronger mind. Let's get it. Tip number 5, be an observer of your thoughts. Don't internalize your thoughts. Just be an observer. Watch your thoughts. Ask yourself, why am I thinking this? Where is this thought coming from? Be an observer, not an internalizer. Let's get it. So make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.